Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessToTrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing okay. Believe it or not, it's 10 o'clock, okay, and this is the second time I recorded this tonight. The first one, for whatever reason, didn't save. As everybody knows, I had some crazy computer issues. Obviously, this is like the cherry on top. My computer crashed last night. And today, and everybody saw how the incredibly frustrated day I had just with technology, just being on the phone with eSignal, just trying to set up my computer, just setting up an additional screen to my computer. So it was just an incredibly frustrating mental day as far as technology goes. And as everybody knows, I am not the king of technology. I'm the king of the idiots. So this is all crazy to me. So before we get going into today's session, which turned out to be very, very good towards the end of the day, and we'll talk about that in a second. But let's talk about the broader sense first. Number one, we talked about this move. Okay, we talked about this move into supply. Okay, we talked about this move into supply, and if you just draw a trend line, you'll quickly see how this trend right here is on the downing slope. So tomorrow's kind of a big deal. Let me actually show you guys this on my TC2000 while it's loading up here. So I thought the last several days was going to dead cat bounce. We did get dead cat bounce, and now we're kind of in, in a very, very awkward area. You can make a very, very valid point that the bears could turn around and say, well, you can't really ignore this big monstrous candle, this 1% candle that took out 20 days. We did dead cat bounce, no doubt, but we will go lower, hence why the trend line got hit today and kind of curved down. The bull case is turning around and say, well, not so fast. I mean, we did engulf those 20 days, but we did hold a major support area, and now we're rallying back. So tomorrow's kind of going to be kind of a good, good, bad, or kind of a decisive day in the markets. You'll quickly see which way the wind is going to blow. And you can see here, history kind of repeats itself all the time. So you can see here how it started testing this trend line here, and the next day it couldn't confirm it, so then we rolled over. So we kind of have the same situation happening here. So here's the situation that we hit the trend line. So tomorrow we'll get our answer pretty quickly. We're either going to confirm above this 2370 level and go right back to the Bollinger Band of 2391, or we're going to do a complete mirror image of this, roll over, and start going lower. So tomorrow I think is a very, very important area. Not from a sentiment point of view. I think that could be settled next week. But from a point of view, technically, just the early stage technically, I think tomorrow could be either sink or swim. Sink or swim going into next week's session. So in between all my computer disasters, we actually did some trading. I had, I went, quote unquote, I went 4 for 4 on trades today, but 3 out of the 4 were, very, very modest gains. I traded Netflix off our watch list. I traded off our watch list. Very, very slow breakout. Only took 30 cents on a third size and got stopped out on the balance. Amazon, which I took opening range highs, again, got stuffed, and I wound up only making like 30 cents on Amazon. The big move there, and again, we had some other trades, and I'm kind of going a little rushing here because this is the second time I recorded it, and it's 10 o'clock, and I'm so mentally drained, I just want to go to sleep. But Vive, right off the watch list, guys, we talked about that 580 level, closed at 510. The big trade of the day, and this is kind of where we talk about technical analysis and being prepared and all that good stuff that comes with it. The big trade of the day came towards the end, and it was CNAT. This is a stock we talked about. This is a stock we talked about for several months now for the consolidation. We talked about this 535 level. I started buying this thing at 520. I was going to add this thing at 533. The problem is I remember the last time there was a reload seller there at the 533 level. The one thing we say all the time, the one thing you can never, never outdo is a motivated seller. Never. So when it got to that 533, 535 level, there was no liquidity, zero liquidity. So even if I wanted to add, there was nothing there to add. So I had very modest size. I was, again, I'm not disappointed in the trade. I'd have been ecstatic if I had full size, but it is what it is. So it started sitting there, and it just sat there around, it sat there for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and it was only up like 10, 15 cents. And if you look at the 60-minute chart, if you look at the 60-minute chart, yeah, man, this happened right here. Just really, really aggressively went higher, and I started making sales 590, and I sold my last runner up $1.07 after the close. So I was pretty ecstatic. I was pretty ecstatic about the print. And again, look, this could be the greatest company in the world. I don't know anything about it. I am very, very clueless about these things. I am like Kelly Bundy. I'm like Kelly Bundy in that episode of Married with Children when she was taking a sports quiz. And the more information she got into her brain, the less information she actually retained. That's kind of me. I keep everything very simplistic. I know I got a lot of feedback. This company's great. It's going higher. God bless. Listen, if you believe in the story, long term, God bless. Who am I to stand in your way? So I'm very, very happy. Got a lot of great feedback about. A lot of people did very, very well in this thing. So that's great. That's great. The trade is over. There's no celebration about it. I was happy about it. Don't get me wrong. Happy about it. And it turned a mental day for me that I was literally fighting with technology. And I was really just done. I mean, mentally, I was just shot. It really made the day kind of bearable. So, a matter of fact, it's 10 o'clock right now. After we're done, I have to download the rest of my programs for this computer. So I'll be up probably for another hour or so. So I just wanted to knock out this update and make sure you guys are prepared. And the most ironic part about it is, I actually did all the due diligence yesterday. I made the email, I did the flow stuff, everything. And this morning I realized, nobody got it. Nobody got it. So I put it in the room pre-market today. Everybody had the watch list in front of them. So I apologize for anybody who did not get it last night. I tried to send it out when I could as soon as I found out if somebody didn't get it. So you can quickly tell it was just a crazy 24 hours. My computer crashed yesterday. And the worst part about it, I had eSignal. This is the old version of eSignal, and there was an option. I called up eSignal today, and I was on the phone with them 4 separate times, waited on hold for half an hour. That was a whole different story. But they actually got back the old version for me, which I was very, very happy. So this is not quite my layout, but it's pretty, it's pretty close. So I'll kind of play around with it after we're done recording. But my computer died. My computer died yesterday, and I had to put back all my stuff on it. I'm not even done with this. I have to do it today after we record it. So let's get into tomorrow's list, guys. Let's get into tomorrow's list. Again, the value is always on the watch list, folks. So keep an eye on a few names here. I like Amazon. Okay, I like Amazon. Up 18 points yesterday. Rest of today, I'm still up 2 points. I like this trade above 877 or opening range highs. I like NVIDIA. Okay, I like NVIDIA. I think a 110 break in the video looks good. NVGS. NVGS looks super nice long consolidation going back from the beginning of March. I think a 1430 break there looks good. And a couple old names, man. A couple of old school names that look great. Hewlett Packard looks like it's breaking out above 1782. And look at Microsoft, Mr. Softy, right? Long distribution going back to the end of January. I think a $66 break on this thing will get this thing going as well. And one side note, Pier 1, man, I thought they were going bankrupt, right? I thought they were going bankrupt. I could be wrong here, but break of 720. This thing will confirm the 50-day moving average. So, it looks good. It looks good for tomorrow. I got a couple other names, small cap names that I want to kind of keep to our people in the insider walls, only because, again, I don't want any manufactured volume coming in, especially any small cap stocks. The reason why the small cap stocks on our list do very, very well because they're technically organic. That's the most important thing, especially when you're trading in the small cap market. So, guys, have a great night. Thank you very much for bearing with me today, guys. Crazy mental, just a cluster F for me all day today. But, again, that CNAT trade towards the end of the day made the world a better place, made the whole world a better place. So, guys, have a great night, everybody. God bless. I love you guys for all your energy, all your hard work, bearing with me with all my nonsense and all my craziness. And with God's help, I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, guys. Have a blessed night.